Ooh, Archon quest time. I'm actually so excited. Unironically so excited to do the Archon quest. Okay, we are ready to do this. I am super excited. Um, I didn't do the interlude quest when it was originally out, so it's actually been a while since I've done an Archon quest during the Archon quest time. So I am very excited to actually be able to do an Archon quest on time. Finally, once again, that's great. Yeah, I guess we'll just go ahead and get started. I got nothing else to do, so here we go. Turn focus mode on so it'll get bothered. And yes, we're just gonna get started, I guess. I'm very curious to see how this goes. I haven't heard much about it, obviously. I've been avoiding spoilers and things, but I'm excited.
Oh, Tulani and Paimon. Fancy that. I didn't expect to run into you two here.
Oh, hey, Coach Yan-san. What are you doing here all by yourself? Just so you know, Paimon didn't come here to train. Paimon's not looking to sign up for any diet plan or bodybuilding class right now.
All right, got it. But seriously, what do you take me for? Some coach from hell? I'd never force a student into something they didn't want to do. That being said, a little aerobic exercise would probably do you some good. You could take over my patrol for a while. That would count.
That sounds more like helping you out.
Yeah. All jokes aside, you're right. I'm looking for some help. The Collective of Plenty is holding a bodybuilding competition soon, and so many people have been busy squeezing in their last-minute workouts that we've run out of staff for patrols.
Oh, so you've stepped in to cover their work. But don't you have a last-minute workout to do too?
I'm good. For one thing, I believe peak conditioning can only be achieved through consistent training over a long time span. Cramming in a workout at the last minute does next to nothing for you. But more pertinently, well, as you can probably imagine, I'm not able to compete in any of the most popular weight classes. And there's no real competition in my own weight class.
It must be rough.
That makes sense. Oh,
No, hello.
don't look at Paimon like that. We are not the same weight class. And no, Traveler, let's just help with the patrol,
Oops, I
alright?
skipped some dialogue.
Otherwise,
It has been a long time. I really hope I didn't mess any of the settings up for this stream.
Perfect. I managed to get you on board with just one look.
All right, coach, we'll help you out.
Thank you both. It should be pretty routine. Just keep your eyes peeled and make sure nothing strange is going on in the area. That'll free me up to check the other section. Let's meet back at the settlement when we're both done.
Sure thing. Just leave it to us. We're experts at strolling and patrolling. Don't you worry.
Oh yeah, I quite literally just saw your comment on the video about Stygian Onslaught. The comment about, not the video about, where am I going? Yeah, I switched it luckily, so I figured that out. But yeah, I don't care about Stygian Onslaught. Luckily, I realized that my problem with Stygian Onslaught. Well, the problem I'm going to have is I don't have a third team for Stygian Onslaught. That's what's going to make it so hard. Like I guess this is just the universe telling me to build Kinich finally. Ah!
always a cave here? Hey, there's a hilichurl here. Is it sleeping? Doesn't look very hostile. Why is it hiding away here? Ah! You woke it up! Huh? It ran away. Oh, guess our reputation in that land is more fearsome than we thought. Even hilichurls don't want to mess with us now.
There's something on the ground.
You mean that shiny thing? Huh. Must have dropped it as it ran off. Huh. Paimon bets that hilichurl thought it was a priceless treasure. It was probably planning to hide it here for safekeeping. Until we showed up. Let Paimon take a look. Hilichurls aren't the brightest, so it might not be worth much, but still. What is it?
Oh,
You look so serious all of a sudden. Isn't this just a regular old key? The style is unusual, though. Doesn't look Natlanese. Where do you think it's from?
yeah, I've seen that. I've seen difficulty 6. It looks absolutely terrible. And you know what? I will Oop, slide this up so it's not overlapping. There we go. I've seen that difficulty 6 looks terrible, and there's no way. There's no way. Like even difficulty 5 looks kind of bad. This is the key to the Hiberian's chamber. What the hibernation chamber? What the?
What do you mean? What hibernation chamber? What spaceship? Wait. You mean the spaceship? The one that brought you to Teyvat?
That's the one.
So,
We came here on a
how did that
spaceship.
key show up here?
I did not know
Are
that.
you sure you didn't just drop it?
No, I still have mine. I've always made sure to keep it safe and sound.
Whoa! Yeah! These look identical! So, if one of them's yours, does that mean the other one is...
Only one belongs to me, the other to my sister.
Knew it! Huh! The keys to a spaceship! Huh! Somehow that really rams home the fact that you really are an actual alien! Oh, wait, no. Descender.
It's very weird to hear talk about a freaking spaceship in Genshin Impact. You know, the place that uses a sword. This is so weird.
But anyway, now we know where it came from. The question is, how did it get here?
I always took it as, you know, the loading screen where you click to enter through the door. Yeah, but my interpretation has always been when you click to enter through the door when you first launch the game. My interpretation has always been like that's like an in-between realm, or like if you've played God of War 2018, you know, when you use the branches of Yggdrasil or the World Tree to cross between different portals. Like I thought that was the idea. So the places where all the pillars and the doors was like an in-between reality where you move in between either just different realms or like worlds, I guess. I thought that that would be it. And they're like I didn't think they'd have an actual spaceship. I did not know that that would be what they went with. That is
The
interesting.
simplest explanation is that your sister lost her key somewhere not far from here. Then that hilichurl found it and ducked into the nearest cave to hide it. If that's true, it means your sister was here recently.
And by extension, the Abyss Order is probably here as well.
Yeah. Man, this is so crazy. We only agreed to help with the Ansan's patrol on a whim. And now we've made this bombshell discovery and found a huge lead on your sister. Should we keep following this trail while it's hot? Or do you think we should check back in with the Ansan?
Ah, there you are. Looks like you went the extra mile today. Thanks for being so diligent.
Oh, hey, Ian-san, what's up? Didn't think we'd see you again till we headed back to the settlement. We were actually just about to go meet up with you. We've made a huge discovery today.
I came here to let you know that you don't need to keep patrolling anymore. The bodybuilding competition has just been canceled, so the usual squad will be resuming their normal duties. They'll be here to take over shortly.
Wait, canceled? Why? What happened?
The Abyss Order attacked.
Huh?
And then you expect our suspicions to be confirmed so quickly. Sounds like Lumine is on the move again. I'll find a way to speak with her in person this time. I have to.
I've heard of the Abyss Order, but this is the first time I've known them to take organized action on such a large scale.
Hasn't it been since that one Dainsleif quest back in Mondstadt where we found that corrupted statue of the Seven since we've seen our sister face to face? I guess during the dream sequence with that one Hilichurl guy whose name I don't remember. That probably counts, kind of, but I don't know.
It's like they're preparing to go to war against our entire nation.
We literally just fought a war against the Abyss itself, so you would assume that the Abyss Order, the people who I think worship is the right word, who worship the Abyss, would also try to attack you. That seems right.
One little sect versus the entire nation of war? How are they expecting to pull that off? Based on everything we've seen from them so far, they usually prefer to act in the shadows. So, what's different about it this time? What could they be after?
No clue. All we know is that they've attacked our tribe, but that doesn't tell us much. Our defenses are holding strong so far, so I'm gonna head to the Stadium of the Sacred Flame and see what Mawika knows. If there's any information out there, she's the one people report to. Oh, want to come with me? I'm sure everyone will feel better knowing that the hero of Natlan is on the case.
Well, I am keen to find more about the
Great.
situation.
Then let's head over together.
Chapter 5, Act 6. A space and time for you. Wow, that took so long. Good on them for actually going to Mavlika, though. That's a good
Mawika!
decision.
Oh? Ah, great timing, Ian-san. I was just about to send someone for you. And it's good to see the travelers with you.
How are things looking? What's the latest word from the messengers?
The Abyss Order has been spotted near several tribes at the same time. Clearly, this is a coordinated strike.
Of
Also,
course.
their numbers are much higher than expected. Their organization appears to have grown considerably, but because they're usually so secretive, this is the first we're learning of it.
Yeah, that was in the cavern, but I think back in Mondstadt, I think it was the interlude quest between Mondstadt and Leeway. Maybe you work with Dainsleif and you find this. This is like one of the earlier portions of working with Dainsleif ever. You find this upside down statue of the Seven that's been corrupted by, I think, the Abyss, and that's where you fight an Abyss Herald for the first time. I think you fight a Hydra Abyss Herald there, and you see your sister for the first time. I think that's where that happens. I might be remembering it wrong because I haven't done Natlan quest in literal years. But I think that's where you first come face to face with your sister. And that's where the questions really start piling up. I think that's the first place.
It sounds like they're throwing everything they have at us. What are they trying to achieve?
That's what I'd like to know as well. Historically, Natlan has not been a hotbed of Abyss Order activity, and we have no particular quarrel with them.
It also could have taken place after the Leeway Archon quest. That probably would also make sense, considering there was a big transition from Leeway to Inazuma. I don't remember, though.
Could it be revenge, perhaps? Would they want to get back at us for a recent victory over the Abyss?
Oh, seems unlikely. But then again, Paimon wouldn't put anything past the Abyss Order.
It's too early to say anything definite. For the time being, we should continue monitoring the situation.
How are the battles going? Not too many casualties, hopefully?
That's all the information I have from watching Genshin Challenge runs in my brain. I just know all the early game stuff so well.
Well, even if they're committing all their forces to the fight, they're in for a tough time. Our brave warriors have just emerged victorious from an all-out fight against the Abyss itself.
Yep. We have a whole nation's worth of seasoned veterans fighting for us.
Compared to the true Abyss, the Abyss Order poses a far smaller threat. They cannot endlessly replenish their forces for starters. However, this is still a war, so we must give it our all and do our utmost to minimize casualties. The tribes are organizing their defenses as we speak. Traveler, this is one war that Natlan can handle on its own. If you wish to stay out of it, you'll be safe here at the stadium with me.
Not happening. No, this one is personal for me.
In what way?
The current leader of the Abyss Order is my sister.
Yep, that's how it is.
I see. My goodness, that is very personal indeed. If you don't mind me asking, do you have any idea what her goal could be?
That's what I want to know as well.
Safe to say, they're not exactly on the best terms at the moment. Ever since Paimon met the Traveler, he's been trying to track his sister down and get some answers. But she's been avoiding him.
I see. So you two have fallen out. Huh. A pretty common occurrence between siblings.
Well, yeah, that may be. But the stakes are a little higher where these two are involved.
They certainly are. Although somehow it doesn't surprise me that a spat between the Traveler and Twin could affect the fate of the entire world. Just so I'm clear, you're still on Natlan's side, and you have no idea what your sibling is after. Is that right?
Absolutely.
Well, that's a relief. When you first mentioned your sibling, I was worried we were about to be thrust into an impossible position. Our reports say that the Abyss Order has focused most of their efforts against the Masters of the Nightwind.
That's why. Why would they focus on the Masters of the Nightwind? They seem like one of the more difficult places to attack, considering they are on a giant ass cliff. Not even a cliff, just a giant pillar in the middle of a valley. That place would be very hard to actually attack effectively. That is kind of stupid.
If you don't plan on staying here with me,
yeah, that probably
I'd
makes
recommend
sense.
going there to lend them a hand.
Sounds
I'll
great.
join you. Right now, the Collective of Plenty isn't facing a serious threat, so we should support the other tribes.
Many thanks, you two. Anything you need, send word to me right away.
Okay, Master of the Nightwind. I'd be surprised if the Abyss Order doesn't go at least inspect the captain's body, because, or not probably not his body, but like where he's currently seated, because I feel like that would help them a lot. Oh, the weapon got stuck.
Look, it's Eulalie.
Huh. I wasn't expecting to see you here. Are you here to reinforce us?
How are things looking? Mawika told us to come here.
Oh, the situation must be pretty dire if it's managed to get Eulalie out of the house.
Dire? No, I wouldn't go that far. It's mostly just irritating.
Yeah. They are. It's weird to think. What's also funny is the Abyss Order hasn't really been a main, the main antagonist of the main story since Leeway, really, because like they corrupted the Valen, and then, you know, Leeway's thing. I think they summoned the Sea Serpent, or that was the Fatui or something. But and then in Inazuma we were fighting against the Raiden Shogun herself, and then in Sumeru we were fighting against the Balladeer, and then in Fontaine we were fighting against the mysterious whale, which isn't really the Abyss, and we were fighting against, you know, the other things, and then in Atlan we were fighting against the Abyss itself. So it's been a while since the Abyss Order has been the main antagonist, and they've been obviously around for a while, but they haven't really been prevalent very much, which is very interesting, because Mondstadt made it very, tried to make it very clear that the Abyss Order was going to be the bad guys, and then we just kind of didn't focus on them for the past 3 years.
I heard we're being hit the hardest out of all the tribes. What are they trying to imply? They just think we're pushovers or something? The more I thought about it, the angrier I got. I couldn't exactly concentrate on my novel after that, so... Well, here I am.
So, That's how they earned the ire of Granny Eatsley, huh?
They call themselves the Abyss Order, yes? Ugh, so tasteless. It's exactly the kind of two-dimensional name a clueless writer picks because they don't trust the rest of their writing to persuade the reader of who the real villains are.
Hey! She's saying your sister has poor taste.
I'm just glad I'm not the only one who thinks that.
Wait, what? Are you saying his sister is a member of the Abyss Order? I only said that because I was mad, but maybe I went too far.
Hey, let's save the chat for later. We've got some enemies incoming.
Good. A much-needed chance to vent my frustration. And not a moment too soon. Things were getting awkward there. Luckily, I'll never have to find out just how badly the rest of that conversation was gonna go.
You didn't have to say that last part out loud, Sweet Lolly. Anyway, let's get him!
Yeah. Go team. Oh, trial set lolly. Let's go.
Adaptable. Time to shine. A burst of flavor. Fulfill our pact. Sha.
Wow, that was so hard.
Phew. Much better. That's more like it.
Ooh, impressive work, Granny Eatsley. If I'd known you were on the case already, I might have reconsidered whether your tribe really needed reinforcements.
If anyone should be reconsidering, it's the Abyss Order. They picked the wrong target this time.
Experience says that if we head in the direction they were attacking from, we should find their stronghold. Why don't we press our advantage and destroy their base? They won't know what hit them.
Hey, was there a battle here just now? Need any help?
The warriors from the Masters of...
The battle against the Abyss is still fresh on our minds, so everyone's used to working together. Well, morale's high and everyone's here. Let's go take down that stronghold.
That was very awkward.
Get to work. Goose on the loose. Strike a pose. Let the world collide. Nice.
Forward!
Nope. I do not need to burst or skill on Stark. Well, whatever. Dark light candlesticks created by believers in the abyss and chaos will constantly absorb new characters' elemental energy. Dang it. What's with their despise? Like, they just despise giving us energy in this day and age.
Find a way to destroy it. The Abyss Order's resistance is faltering. Now's our chance.
End them. Fulfill our pact.
Warriors, attack! After them!
I'm just gonna burst. I don't think I need to have my rotations perfectly set up for this stupid, or not stupid, but this quest. I don't think it really matters. Oh my god, a cryo herald.
When you mess with the masters of the night wind. Suffer the wrath of Eatsley. Get to work.
Oh, he's a hydro herald. I thought it was a cryo herald. To be honest, but he's just a hydro one. So I can just break through skills. There we go.
This stronghold is neutralized. Good work, everyone.
Yeah, and it's terrible. It's my one complaint with the Stygian Onslaught in terms of the basic structure of it, is that you don't start with energy. It is the one complaint I have with Stygian Onslaught, because I just think it makes it less fun. That's it. I don't think it's like if it's there for the challenge of having to play around needing energy, I think that's fine, but it just makes it less fun for me personally. So
The Abyss Order's all bark and no bite.
To be honest, this was anticlimactic. I was hoping for a personal apology at the very least. And ideally a whole speech acknowledging the superior might of the Masters of the Night Wind. Well, whatever. I'll just have to make up for it with some extra wine at the victory feast.
With the stronghold cleared, this area should be safe for the time being. But still, something tells me we can't afford to let our guard down yet. Maybe it's just me, but an enemy under siege normally defends their stronghold at all costs. The fighting gets more and more intense right till the bitter end.
Yeah, I mean, co-op events are always fun. The recent ones have been the same thing the past 3 times, which kind of sucks. Like the coin collecting things it's been the same every time with like slight differences. I think the best one was the one where you shot homing missiles at each other. That was the best one. That one was so much fun. Um, but co-op events are always good, and I'm sure if they want to bring them back, that's fine. I think we need like a you know that the war game events they really like to do, like the current one that's going on with Free Sethos. They need that where it's actually like live player versus player, not like that base attacking one from last patch, I think. Like where it wasn't actually live, but they need like a live version where you actually match with somebody and actually fight. I think that'd be really fun.
But this time was different. With a few exceptions, most of the enemies here gave up and fled the moment that... well, I don't know, but it seemed like they sensed something.
Yeah, things like that, like a war game, like the War Piece games. If they had actual PvP, like live player versus player matches, I think that could be really fun to do something like that. I think that could be great.
Huh? Not sure I follow. They did a tactical retreat, that's all. It's just a different strategy.
I'm not convinced. Don't forget, they're radicals who chose to wage war on an entire nation. They don't do things in half measures. It seems out of character to cut their losses and run like that.
I'm gonna guess it's because the Traveler was there.
So you're saying there's more to this than meets the eye?
I'm saying we don't know enough to be sure of anything at this stage. So let's stay alert and keep our defenses at the ready.
So we're no wiser as to the Abyss Order's objective. Back to square one. If I could only get Lumine to talk to me, I could get answers for all of us. I'm heading back to the collective with plenty that key's our only lead.
Paimon had a hunch you might say that, but you're right. If we can somehow use that key to track down your sibling, maybe we can end this war before things get serious. And maybe you can finally get some answers.
Wait, you're leaving? But I was still debating whether to invite you to the first victory feast.
Go ahead, you two. See, Lolly and I will take care of things here.
God, I hope that Lolly reruns soon. Oh. All right, back to the cave. Climb the wall. I bet you the Hilly Troll is gonna be back.
And we're back where we started. That village
It
troll
is.
probably found the key nearby, right?
It's very awkward. But I think it's really funny. I love how expressive Lolly is. Like, she's such a good character. And I wish all the characters were like that.
Let's look around for clues. There's no time to waste. The Ansan and St. Lolly are waiting for us. Oh, we
Oh.
scoured the entire area, but still nothing. How the heck did the key end up in that Hilichurl's hands? Are we supposed to believe that it just fell out of your sister's pocket as she passed by?
I bet Aether forgot to use Elemental Sight because I forget to use Elemental Sight all the time.
Seems kind of ludicrous to lose something so important in such a dumb way. But then again, who knows? Sometimes in life, things just go missing and that's that.
Oh, who the heck is this lady?
Thank goodness! Someone's here. Please help me.
Is she wearing Sumeru outfit?
Who are you? What happened?
No, now isn't the time. Please, you've got to help me. I'm being chased by monsters and I can't keep running. Can you do something?
But where are these monsters you speak
Yeah,
of?
where are they? Paimon doesn't see any monsters behind you.
Huh? I'm sorry, I don't quite understand. They're almost here. This really isn't the time to be joking around.
She's from Conria, isn't
We're
she?
not. We're completely serious. We don't see any monsters.
But how? Ugh, there's no time. They're coming. We gotta run.
Where do you intend to run to?
What's wrong with that girl? She must be seeing things. Oh no! It looks like something really hit her. Maybe she was right. Quick, let's see if she's okay. What's wrong? Are you hurt? What was that?
The monsters! They're right there! You need to get out of here. It's too dangerous.
I hope he's got prototype Rancor in this cutscene.
Huh? Oh, now you finally see them. Well, it's about time. I nearly kicked the bucket just now.
I'm sorry.
Great. Thank you, Savior.
Savior?
Yeah. Whoa, an NPC that looks different from all the other ones. She must be important.
You done? Paimon still can't see anything, so she can't tell. It just looked like you were slicing at thin air. Kind of funny, actually.
I don't know what's going on either, but I could see them once I held her hand.
Oh, really?
Let's try it one more time. I want to check if I got all the
Sure.
monsters. Bro just wants to hold her hand. What's wrong?
It's nothing. It's okay. I can see they're all gone now. No need for you to check. I didn't think much of it when the monsters were breathing down our necks, but now that I've calmed down, holding hands with you like this, I'm just a little shy, that's all.
It didn't mean to make you uncomfortable.
Have you never shaken hands with someone before? You sure get flustered easily.
Yeah, I can't wait for her to die at the end of the quest.
Well, anyway, I haven't had the chance to introduce myself yet. I'm Deirdith. Thanks for, saving me just now. I'm really grateful for your help.
No worries. Paimon's Paimon, and this is the Traveler. With him around, you'll be safe from any monsters. As long as they're visible. So, what was the deal with those monsters just now, anyway?
Your guess is as good as mine. I could see them the whole time, so when you said you couldn't, I thought you were making fun of me.
Whoa, that must have been scary. The idea that we'd stand by and laugh while some poor girl was being hunted down by monsters?
That was a crazy picture. That would have made us more monstrous than the monsters.
Don't worry, we aren't like that. When we say we can't see something, it's because we really can't see it. But more importantly, did the monsters hurt you? How bad is it?
It's nothing serious. But I did sprain my ankle back there. I won't be doing any more running for a while.
Okay. Why is Aether being like there's a cave? She saw the cave. She ran up to us while we were in the cave. She knows that there's a cave nearby. There's a cave nearby. Why don't we rest there for now?
Yeah, we'll take you.
Thank you so much. Despite getting injured, I still feel much safer with you around. I'm gonna stay here until I heal up. Don't want to risk running into any more monsters.
Yeah, you already took a big enough risk coming out here all on your own. So, where are you from, Deirdith?
Oh my god, dire. Did you an onslaught reference?
A small village, far away from here. I walked for what seemed like forever and lost my way, so... Yeah, I have no idea where I am anymore. Maybe all these trials and tribulations are part of the journey. No one said finding the savior is gonna be easy.
Huh. That's the second time you called the traveler a savior. What's all that about?
Oh, sorry. It just slipped out. I was caught off guard. The resemblance is so uncanny. Anyway, let me start from the beginning. There was once a sage who passed through my village. People got the sense that she was truly omniscient.
Okay, that's its sister. That's
The
either
sage
that's
said
Lumine.
that doomsday was coming. But as that day approached, a savior would reveal themselves to us.
Oh yeah. See you whenever.
The day
I
of
don't know.
disaster is almost upon us.
Thanks for
So my
stopping
grandmother
by.
begged me to leave the village and find the savior before it's too late.
Doomsday?
Oh great.
I've heard people talk about the savior since I was a kid. Growing up, it really made an impression on me. The description is practically etched into my mind. So when I saw your golden hair for the first time, it was like this image that's existed in my mind's eye all these years suddenly came to life. Everything matched.
Oh, so that's why you were lost for words when you first saw him. Well, the Traveler's definitely got what it takes to be a savior. And he's already got a ton of titles, so he won't mind one extra.
Actually, I don't think it's him.
What? But didn't you say that everything matched?
Everything except the gender. The savior was described as a young woman.
Oh, for goodness sake. There are gender requirements to be a savior? Really?
There's someone out there who matches all the requirements.
Oh, of course. If it's not you, then it's gotta be her.
Who? Who is it? You have a sister? Well, then that's it. Oh, it's her. It has to be. Oh, thank goodness. Please, can you take me to see her?
Huh. Maybe, if you're lucky. It just depends if we can find her.
Huh? But isn't she your sister?
Sorry. Looks like Paimon steered this conversation back to the fallout between you two. It wasn't on purpose, but that's the reality, so it's hard to avoid.
Okay, fair enough. But since you're looking for her anyway, why don't we team up? We might stand a better chance if we work together.
Have you always believed that doomsday will come?
Yes. Everyone says that the disaster is inevitable.
Wow, fire on the grass.
But the savior will rescue us all from our pain and suffering. I've always dreamed of meeting the savior.
Do you really buy this whole doomsday thing? Seems kind of far-fetched.
I mean, we've saved like 3 nations from doomsday. We saved Fontaine from doomsday. It was going to be flooded. We saved Natlan from being consumed by the abyss. We saved Sumeru from the advent of an artificial god. I think we've come close to doomsday multiple times. She spoke with conviction. I don't think she's lying. Maybe it's another lie spread by the Abyss Order?
See? She broke eye contact. Sure sign of a guilty conscience. Time to press her for answers. What's wrong, Deirdis? Something's clearly bothering you. You want to tell us what's going through your mind?
Oh, I just, how should I put it? The traveler looks just like the savior of my dreams. And it's not every day that the savior of your dreams swoops in and saves the day in your moment of crisis. So I'm just a little overwhelmed, that's all. 3 seconds of unbroken eye contact is the limit. I don't think my mind and body can handle any more than that.
I can't wait for her to freaking die at the end of this quest, so this goes nowhere.
Limit? What happens after 3 seconds?
How am I supposed to respond to that?
I'm sorry. Please forget that I said anything. Let's just leave it there for now. Like I said, I'm going to hide here until I feel well enough to move again. If you manage to find the savior in the meantime, please
Please come and let me know. Thank you.
Are you sure you'll be okay here on your own? Do you have enough to eat?
I'll be fine. I might not be much of a fighter, but I know how to stay hidden. And if I get hungry, I'm sure I'll find something around here. Don't worry about that.
Alright then. Well, take care. Being on your own isn't easy. What a mysterious girl. We should definitely keep an eye on her. But hey, at least she seems to like you. And it sounds like she's gonna help look for your sister when she's healed. Anyway, this is probably all the progress we're gonna make for now. Let's head back to the Masters of the Night Wind and see if they need our help.
All right, back to the Masters of the Night Wind. Let's go. Oh, it's Yon-san. Wow.
Oh, you're back. How did it go? Find anything?
Nothing substantial, unfortunately. But we had the weirdest experience.
So I take it that the war's still on?
No progress yet, I'm
That's
afraid.
okay. I just wasn't sure, because things seemed to be at a standstill while you were gone. The Abyss Order hasn't attacked us, and since we don't know what they're planning, we haven't made a move either. In a word, it's a stalemate. The guards have been keeping watch around the clock, but for everyone else, you wouldn't even know we're at war.
Huh. Really makes you wonder what the Abyss Order's thinking.
I think this is a distraction.
I was wondering, Traveler, if you have the time, could you go and pay a visit to the guards? They've been working a pretty demanding schedule. I was gonna go see them myself, but I'm sure they'd appreciate a visit from the greatest hero of our time.
Oh, but you're a great hero too, Yan-san.
Well, since you asked.
Great. Thanks, you two.
Wow, let's go talk to all the basic ass NPCs. Let's go.
Wow, Tumaini, our hero. We've actually fought together before. You probably don't remember it though.
Yeah, sorry, I don't recall.
That's to be expected. You took point, and I was much further back in the ranks. I saw you though. You were a great inspiration to us all.
Thank you for standing guard this whole time.
It's all good. Honestly, it's not been that much work. Haven't heard a peep from the enemy.
Have you seen anything out of the ordinary?
Nothing that would indicate an impending attack. I've spotted a bunch of Abyss Order operatives, but they weren't acting hostile, just hanging around. There were even moments when they seemed to be meditating. At least, that's what it looked like to me. Maybe it's out of an abundance of caution, I asked some shamans from the tribe to take a look and see if there was anything nefarious at work. But they didn't sense anything untoward, so we just put it down to religious ceremony and left them to it.
Huh. Interesting. Oh well, the more time they spend meditating, the less time they spend trying to beat us to a pulp.
It seems suspicious, though. It does.
Well, the shamans didn't raise any concerns, so how bad could it be? As far as I'm concerned, so long as they don't pose an active threat, they can do all the cult worship activities they want.
Yeah, what if they sacrifice a child in front of
Besides,
you, huh?
as soon as everything's in place and we're ready for an all-out offensive, there'll be no match for us.
I still think this is a distraction.
Huh. Sounds like morale is pretty high. Guess there's strength and confidence in numbers. Let's keep going, Traveler.
I still think this whole thing is a distraction for something else. I don't know what, though.
Huh? Is that Tumaini? What brings you here? Is this like a meet and greet?
Sure.
I wasn't. I'm so nervous.
Hey, come on! You'd march to war without so much as blinking. What's so scary about a chat with a Traveler, huh?
It's not the same thing at all. There are plenty of chances to go to war, but a one-on-one chat with our great hero, that could be a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. How can I not be nervous? What if I say something wrong? Or if my posture's bad? Or if I accidentally make a weird expression with my face? One bad impression can stick for life.
No one's here to judge you on your posture or your facial expressions. Relax!
All right then. I'm sorry, great hero, but I have a small favor to ask.
Let Paimon guess. An autograph, right? That's easy.
May I challenge you to a fight?
Oh yeah, let's beat the shit out of this guy.
What? How can you be so audacious and so sheepish at the same time? Huh. Paimon's starting to think your nervousness is all just an act.
No, of course not. I just figured that if I don't ask now, I'll regret it for the rest of my life. But I am still on patrol, so please, Great Paimon, if you wouldn't mind taking over for me for just a few minutes?
Ugh, again with the sheepish audacity. Just pick one or the other, will you?
I think it's a fair request. I wonder if I'm gonna get my full team here, or if I'm even gonna get to fight him at all. But I wonder if I get my full team and I can just obliterate him. Okay, I don't even get to do anything.
Obviously, I never expected to win, but until now, I didn't appreciate just how great the gulf was between us. I'll be bragging about the day I got to spar with Hermione for the rest of my life. Today's really my lucky day.
Ugh. Paimon can't keep up with you. Your tone has changed all over again. Now you've had a spar with the Traveler. What gives?
Well, some people connect through conversation, but we warriors bond by sparring. And now that I've had a bout with the hero, we're no longer strangers. Nothing to be nervous about anymore.
Okay. Well, to each their own. But Paimon's still gonna stick to conversation.
Have you noticed anything out of the ordinary?
Not at all. We haven't spotted any new enemy movements.
As Paimon expected, nothing here either. Let's do another lap and get back to Ian-san.
You're back. So, did the guards find anything?
Nothing much, no. Someone mentioned that the Abyss Order has been doing some kind of meditation or prayer, but apparently it seemed harmless. Paimon wants to lodge a complaint about one of the guards, though. His name's Kentalo.
Ignore Paimon.
Traveler? You're back already? No one thought to wake me up, huh?
In fairness, you look pretty hungover. Can't imagine anyone wanting to wake you up in that state.
I'll have you know I'm perfectly sober when I'm hungover. Okay. I'll admit that sounds strange at face value, but regardless...
Yeah, I was gonna say, press X to doubt. What?
What I meant to say is, I heard something about the Abyss Order engaging in meditation.
Yeah, that's right. Does that mean anything to you, St. Lolly?
I sensed something strange in my dream. It was vague, but it seemed as if some noise had found its way into Natlan's ley lines.
Oh, what does that mean?
Hard to say. I don't think it had any tangible effect on the Night Kingdom or on our ley lines, but still, it's like a signal that exists on a different dimension of reality. It might not interfere with ours or pose any detectable risk, but I just get the sense that something strange is going on.
Oh. So even someone as familiar with the ley lines as you can't tell what's going on. No wonder the shamans that Satura called to the front lines couldn't sense anything.
Ian-san, I think we should go talk to the chiefs. There's no point dragging this out. We need to take the initiative and drive the Abyss Order out of Natlan for good.
If that's the Council of Granny Eatsley, I'm sure the chiefs will agree. But it will still take us some time to gather the required force. In war, adequate planning and preparation is the key to victory.
Sure, but the finer details aren't my concern. Anyway, I'll leave you to it. Just remember to come find me when you're ready to talk to the chiefs.
Actually, since you're here, Lolly, I might as well ask you one more question.
Sure, what is it?
Have you ever heard of monsters that are only visible to certain people?
You mean only select individuals can see them? Now that's a strange one. I guess they could be manifestations of a disturbed psyche. Or extreme negativity embodied in physical form? It could also be a simple case of dead monsters whose souls got stuck here somehow. Well, I say simple. Things quickly get confusing when you start looking into monster souls. For starters, trying to figure out which classification system to use is a real pain in the...
Alright, we get it. Granny Eatsley's learning and wisdom knows no bounds. But could we just get the short answer?
Hey, I was just thinking out loud. You really think I was just trying to flaunt my knowledge? Anyway, the short answer is... there are many potential explanations for the kind of phenomenon you describe. That said, it's not something I've ever encountered in all my years.
Oh, wow. Okay. Well, if Granny Eatsley's never seen it, it might as well not exist, right?
Hey, I'm not that old!
I agree. It's hard to say what it was for sure.
Care to elaborate on what happened? This all sounds rather mysterious.
You tell the truth about what happened. Great.
Really? You had to hold her hand to see the monsters? Sounds a little contrived.
Huh? That's the part that bothers you?
Maybe the point is more that it requires direct physical contact, whether that be hand-holding or otherwise. But that's neither here nor there. What bothers me is, it sounds like she's convinced that your sibling, the leader of the Abyss Order, is a savior. That really makes me question whose side this girl is on, and whether what she told you about her background is actually the truth.
She could be an Abyss Order operative. I didn't think of that. That doesn't really make sense, though.
Sorry if that comes across as paranoid. It's just hard not to be suspicious of everything when we're in the middle of a war.
Actually, Paimon feels like you make a fair point.
Whoever this girl is, she sounds like bad news.
Okay, well, you're clearly just jumping to conclusions.
Do you think she's a spy?
It's hard to know what to make of it. A young lady all by herself, lost in the middle of nowhere, sees monsters that no one else can, calls the leader of the Abyss Order her savior. At the very least, we should remain vigilant. Keep a close watch on her.
Sounds sensible. On that note, we probably shouldn't have left her by herself in that cave.
Traveler, we still need some time to muster our forces. Maybe you could check on her if you're not busy. Just be careful.
Might as well. She seems to trust me after all.
It's settled then. Let's go check on her.
Wow. This is just a run back and forth thing, isn't it? This kind of sucks. Like, we're going from the cave to Master of the Nightwind, and then back to the cave, and then we're probably going to go back to the Master of the Nightwind, and then we're probably going to go back to the cave. I hope this is over soon. Okay, what's up here?
Here we are. Deirdre will still be here, right?
Hopefully.
It's so quiet, though. Uh-oh. What if Yansan was right? Maybe she never intended to stay here at all.
Let's stay quiet and move in carefully.
Traveler, watch out!
Oh, sorry. Sorry. I didn't know it was you. I heard a noise and I thought it was the monsters coming to get me. Did I hurt you? Oh, I'm so sorry. I wasn't thinking straight.
And if I'd been hurt, if I'd thought it hurt, I would have tried to dodge, and somehow it still hurts less than I expected.
Phew. That was scary. Paimon thought we'd walked into a trap. Maybe we shouldn't have sneaked in without announcing it. Then you would have known we weren't monsters.
To be honest, I've been really on edge since you left. I just have this constant feeling that any second, the monsters are gonna come back and get me. And it's not like I can run from them. There's also no way to cook here. It's good you got back when you did. Another hour and a half and you probably would have found me starved to death.
Oh,
I don't think so.
weirdly precise. Though, It does explain why your attack on the Traveler was so weak. Wait, if you really thought you were gonna starve or get killed by monsters, why'd you promise that you'd be okay here on your own?
I just didn't want to lose face in front of my hero. He already saved my life once. That's more than enough. I just don't want to come across as a constant burden.
Huh. For someone on the brink of starvation, you're pretty preoccupied with your image. What's the real reason?
What? That is the real reason. I'm kind of bearing my soul here, you know?
Could she really just be an injured civilian?
Anyway, so, could you make me some food now?
Sure, I know just the recipe. It only takes an hour and a half.
Oh, Paimon's getting hungry now, too. Go on, then. You can join us for dinner.
Whew. I am so full. Thanks for saving me, again. Starvation feels like a distant memory now.
No trouble at all.
Huh. You can really pack it away, Deirdre. Guess that explains how you had the energy to make it this far.
I tried so hard to hold back, but it looks like I still came across like a total glutton.
Paimon didn't even realize how late it is. Hey, the night sky here is really pretty.
Yeah, and it's all thanks to you both that I'm able to relax and enjoy it. I was cooped up in that cave the whole time you were gone. Now, I'm finally out. The air seems fresher, and the stars more beautiful than ever before.
You weren't in there that long.
But she thought she was gonna starve to death. The time probably passed unbearably slowly.
When I was young, I used to lie on the roof of my house, gazing up at the stars. And often, my mind would drift to this question. Is this starry sky actually real?
Wait, why would she think that? Does she know about the false sky?
But my grandma would tell
Herm.
me the answer to that question doesn't really matter. Think of all the people in our village who spend their entire lives here, she'd say. To them, that little village is their whole world. And so, if it's our destiny to live beneath this sky all our lives, then whatever may or may not lie beyond, this is our world. And that sky is real to us.
Paimon kinda gets you, but also not really. Is it kind of like how journeying with the Traveler is everything to Paimon right now?
That seems kind of right, but also not
I
really.
really treasured my world for a really long time. The village was my everything. The houses, the scenery, stories I always loved to hear about the Savior, but I could never bring myself to agree with Grandma. Even if the village was my entire world, I still had to know what lay outside its borders.
Yeah! Go you!
So, I finally ventured out and set off on my journey to find the Savior. I'm going to make my world bigger, one step at a time. And I'm not going to stop until I've seen what's beyond the stars. Maybe then, I'll finally get an answer to the question I had as a child.
Beyond the stars.
Who knows? Maybe one day, I'll be sitting and chatting just like we are now, but with someone from another world.
Okay, that is just funny.
Yeah, one day. Oh, if only we could tell her. But it's probably best not to open that can of worms right now.
I need to find the Savior and protect my world. Then, I can make sure it continues to grow. That's the most worthwhile thing I could think of doing. So I've been giving it everything I've got.
You know what? That's pretty cool. Paimon kinda wants to root for you now.
Oh, sorry. I got a little carried away. I always get chatty after a hearty meal. Just like my grandma.
The more we chat, the more convinced I am that she's not a bad person. And it doesn't sound like she's been brainwashed by the Abyss Order. Maybe we can afford to trust her?
Hold on. Shh. It's them. The monsters are back.
Where? Oh, still invisible, huh?
In that case, we gotta try the trick again. Yep, she's gonna die.
Can you see them now?
Yep. Yeah, stay back and I'll handle them. Okay. Also, why is he yellow now? Oh, he's using Geo. That's why. I was like, why is he yellow?
Paimon still can't see anything. But please, be careful.
A burst of flavor! Off to the freezer! Surprise baptism! May the Archon protect!
Not gonna use Farina because I don't want to have low health again. So not gonna bother.
Let the world collide! This is fun! The pinnacle of excellence! Mine to wield.
Okay, perfect.
Huh? Wow, that was fast. Did you get all of them? Oh, Paimon's slowly but surely getting used to the sight of you fighting thin air. You doing all right, Deirdith? Deirdith? Hey, it's okay. There's nothing to be scared of anymore.
Oh, I'm fine. I just spaced out there for a moment.
You spaced out? That's a pretty bold move under the circumstances.
I was just... the image of the traveler fighting to protect me. I was trying to commit it to memory. Seems like the least I can do.
This lady is so weird, man.
All right. Whatever floats your boat.
Anyway, there are no more monsters in the area, and it's getting late. Why don't you stay here tonight?
Sounds reasonable to Paimon. What do you think, traveler?
I'm personally satisfied that Daredevil isn't a threat, but it can't hurt to monitor. Sure, buddy. Sure. Whatever you say.
All right. Deirdith will be... Huh? Deirdith? Why are you going in alone?
As you share the hibernation chamber key in your hands, you start to relax and drift into a deep sleep. Soon a vivid dream fills your mind. The Night Kingdom. This is the Night Kingdom? Oh, it's Lumine. That's what Daredev's got on her, isn't it? Lumine and Lord of the Night? Oh. My head, it hurts. My headache, it's gone. Okay, that's weird. I think I hear a voice in the darkness.
Doomsday. A fitting name indeed. A blood-red sky. Wild beasts that slaughter all in sight.
Okay, this goes kind of hard. It's the... Are those the cubes from that lady from the very intro of the game?
Endless pain. A terrible curse that cannot be reversed. And the birth of a savior.
This is getting really good. That dream I just had. Hey!
You're awake. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to,
Was she holding my hand?
You just look quite distressed, like you were having a nightmare. I thought if I took your hand into mine, you might find it soothing. At least, that's what my family always did when I had nightmares. But it didn't seem to work on you. In fact, I think I made it even worse. I'm so sorry.
Oh, is that right?
Paimon gets it.
You better not be trying to pull a fast one on the traveler.
What? Don't be so... I have more self-control than that.
Self-control? What does that have to do with it?
I still can't remember anything. What did I see in my dream just now? This guy's memory sucks. I think I saw Mumina in the Night Kingdom at the very start of the dream, but I can't remember what happened next. Never mind. If the memory is gone, I can't force myself to remember it. I'm gonna go back to sleep.
Ugh. No way is Paimon getting back to sleep after this. You go ahead. But for the rest of the night, Paimon is staying up to keep an eye on this young lady.
Oh, do I really seem that shady to you?
Yes. Just yes. You are one of the most suspicious characters I've met in this entire game.
Well, Deirdre, there should be enough food for 3 days. Make sure you eat the perishable stuff first, so nothing goes to waste. You can't tell which stuff is perishable, right?
Yeah, I can tell from the ingredients. Thank you so much for making all this for me. 3 days will definitely be enough time for my ankle to heal. Then I'll continue on my journey to find the savior.
All right, then we'll be off. Bye for now, Deirdre.
See you? Wait! But if this is goodbye, how am I supposed to find you again? Oh, I mean, what if I find your sibling? How am I supposed to let you know?
Ah, that's a good point. We share the same goal, but we're constantly on the road, so we've got no fixed address.
Turn it into the Adventurers Guild.
How about this? When the time comes, you can just write a letter to Mawika. She'll be able to find us for sure.
Or the Adventurers Guild.
Mawika? Who's Mawika?
Hold on, I think I see something over there. The Abyss!
It's the Abyss Order! They're here! But it doesn't look like they're marching to war. More like they're running away?
Where? What are you talking about?
A bunch of Abyss Order thugs! You don't see them? They're heading right this way!
Wait a second.
That's strange. I guess it's my turn to not be able to see the monsters.
I bet the Trident Desert method will allow you to see them.
You're right. I see them now. You weren't joking after all. So this is what it's like.
What a weird situation. What is making these monsters invisible? Is it Deirdre? Or the monsters themselves? Or is it us?
I think it's because she's not from this time. I think she's from the past, which makes sense. She's probably from Conria, or a similar thing to Conria, and because she's not from this timeline, she's having a hard time. Like, she's not stable, so she's having a hard time seeing like the more natural or like the more unnatural things, you know?
Well, might as well mow these ones down, just so they can't pose a threat to the tribes.
Die.
Woohoo! All done! Their morale seems super low. Guess they really were on the run, huh?
Traveler just committed a war crime. He killed retreating soldiers. I'm pretty sure that is a war crime.
So there's no more of them, right? I still can't wrap my mind around this. Why couldn't I see them until you took my hand?
Believe me, I'm as baffled as you are. The plot thickens. Turns out there are also monsters which I can see, but Meredith can't.
So, any ideas on why those monsters might have been running away? Maybe something went down on the front line. Oh, Paimon's getting a little worried about Eon-san and the others. Let's head back to the Masters of the Night Wind right away. We gotta go. Bye for now, Deirdre.
See ya, and please take care.
This is such a just weird Archon. Like, this is just such a just quest in general, like not even specifically the Archon quest. Like, there's so many questions, but like no answers yet. It's kind of crazy. I kind of like it.
Hey, Eon-san, we're back. We ran into quite a big group from the Abyss Order just now.
There were two
Has
mages.
something happened at the front?
The front line has collapsed.
Huh? But how?
Did the Abyss Order send in reinforcements?
No, relax. Their front line has collapsed, not ours.
Feels like you could have phrased that more clearly at the start. But this is good news, right? Why'd you still look so serious?
Did we finally launch an attack?
No, we're still mustering troops. Nowhere near ready to go on the offensive. So at first, I was also confused about what exactly happened out there. But just now, I got the full story from a guard who was on the scene. He watched the enemy lines crumble in real time.
I bet they couldn't see the monsters.
What did he see?
One person. Just a single individual. They
Oh.
stormed the enemy lines and attacked with a vengeance, cutting them down like paper dolls. They wielded an unknown power and fought with a sword style that no one recognized.
Oh, it's Dainsleif.
The guard who relayed this to me said that before he even had time to react, the enemy was decimated.
I think I know what
I'm
happened.
only recounting what I heard, and I'm sure the guard in question must be exaggerating to some extent.
That's 100% Dainsleif,
But
or it's
still,
Skirk,
we have to
I don't
identify
know,
this person.
because I don't know if Skirk's an active player in this quest.
And assuming
I
they're
think
a neutral
Dainsleif
party,
100% is.
we'll need to figure out how to engage with them. Clearly, they're a force to be reckoned with, so we don't want to come across as too weak or too hostile. It's quite a diplomatic conundrum.
You don't need to sweat it, Eon-san. From your description, we're already pretty confident that we know this person. Honestly, with the Abyss Order acting out so publicly, it's about time he showed up.
He never misses an occasion like this.
Dainsleif.
Wait for Dainsleif to show up over here, I guess. I'll be excited to see Dainsleif again. Obviously, it's been since I don't know, I think the Sumeru Archon quest. I think is the last time we saw Dainsleif. Maybe, I don't remember exactly. It's been so long. Oh, he does not voice. That's so bad. Were you waiting
It's
for
been
me?
a while, Dane. And yeah, after we heard what went down, we figured you'd shown up. You caused quite a stir, you know. Oh, this is a friend of ours from Natlan. Her name's Eon-san. She insisted on coming here to thank you in person.
It is my honor, Mr. Thank you for breaking the stalemate in our...
No need to thank me. I hunt the Abyss Order for my own reasons.
Please don't mind him, Eon-san. He always talks like that, but he's a pretty nice guy deep down.
It's quite all right. Uezo Janssen respects those of great power. It's quite clear that he meant no offense, and I am still delighted to make his acquaintance. Anyway, since you're old friends, I'll leave you to catch up for now. Take your time.
Sure thing. You probably have plenty of other stuff to do anyway, right? Since this war isn't exactly over. See you later, Eon-san!
It sucks that Dane isn't voiced.
Dang, would it have killed you to be a little more polite? She's our friend.
Eon-san, yes, I remember the name, but I would not invest more emotion than is necessary when dealing with the citizens of the Seven. It is a matter of principle for me. Fine, since Eon-san was offended, we'll let you off the hook.
So stubborn. But whatever. So anyway, Dane, do you have any new info about the Abyss Order for us? Any idea what they're trying to achieve with this war, for example?
Never before have I seen the Abyss Order take action on such a large scale. Taken at face value, it seems highly illogical. In a war with the Atlanese, the odds are stacked firmly against them. They surely cannot be unaware of this. Their true goal must be a deeper one. I knew it. This is a cover.
We thought so too. But it sounds like you're no closer to learning what that goal is than we are.
I've been on the case for some time, even captured and interrogated several Abyss Order members, yet still I am none the wiser. I can only assume they have gone to great lengths to keep their real operations a secret. I have a bad feeling about this. The Abyss Order is wasting a lot of its forces attacking Natlan, so whatever they stand to gain must hold enormous value to them.
What do you think we should do?
Since we lack actionable intelligence for now, we might as well continue focusing on the fighting. Leave them to their secret plots. If they're so willing to sacrifice manpower for it, I intend to make that sacrifice greater and more painful than they could ever have anticipated. If we use this opportunity correctly, I believe we can eliminate the vast majority of the Abyss Order's forces. They'll never be able to mount such a large campaign ever again. That outcome is well worth their time, and the sooner we can do that, the better. That's right. The real scenario would be to destroy them before they can reach their goal.
Paimon gets it. Nothing in the world can satisfy you like making mincemeat out of the Abyss Order, right?
Right.
Wow. Okay. A rare, candid response from Dane.
Sounds like Dane's one-man attack on the enemy front has put him in a good mood. What about you? Any news to share from your end?
Well, actually, we found his sister's hibernation chamber key near the Collective of Plenty. She must have lost it.
So she's here in person. Unsurprising given the scale of this operation.
Oh, and there's more! After finding the key, we also also ran into this weird girl. She kept seeing monsters that we couldn't see, and then, this other time, we saw a load of monsters, but she couldn't. She also said she was on a journey to find the Savior. Her description of this Savior matched the Traveler pretty closely, so we figured it's probably his sister.
Hold on, that girl called her the Savior.
Yeah, that's right. Is something the matter, Dane?
The last time I heard that term was before the Cataclysm. And not just that, it referred to your sister then too. But who would still believe in the myth of the Savior when the Cataclysm has already taken place? It makes no sense. That term's been around even before the Cataclysm?
Wait, wasn't his sister called the Princess, though? Where did this Savior thing come from?
Well, when she was first granted the title of Princess, the Vinister King and the entire court of Conria set about loudly proclaiming the might that she would bring to the nation. They made it sound as if, with her there, all pain and suffering would be washed away and the future of Conria would be brighter than anyone could imagine. The Savior was the celebratory title given to the princess by those who believed this rhetoric. Of course, you know how the story ended. In hindsight, the cruel irony is glaring. All that title really stood for was the Vinister King's lust for power.
Sounds like the people of Conria really believed in her.
Is that why Lumine is so determined to revive the homeland? Because she thinks she's failed as Conria's savior? But that certainly doesn't explain everything. There must be other reasons. As for the girl you met, allow me to offer some speculation. I suspect that she is descended from pure-blood Conrians affected with the curse of immortality. They must have resettled somewhere remote and cut off from the rest of the world. That would explain how her people retained their ancient beliefs, including the myth of the golden-haired savior.
Paimon gets it now. So, a bit like Kaya, except she grew up somewhere more isolated? Still, that doesn't explain the invisible monster situation.
If she can't provide us with any more valuable intelligence, I suggest we shift our attention back to the Abyss
Sure.
Order.
Also, why don't you stay with us at the Masters of the Night Wind for tonight? You must be tired after all that fighting today.
I will consider it, but we must discuss our next step first thing tomorrow morning. We can't give the Abyss Order any time to regroup. Wait for a day. Yeah, wait until the following day, 8 to 10. Great. I hate this because it's just unneeded pacing for no reason. When they have the ability to move time automatically, the fact that they don't do it for you now kind of stupid. I know. And Dainsleif needs to come out soon. Like, I don't know. Dainsleif has been... I honestly, for a while, I'm still kind of skeptical on whether Dainsleif is actually going to release or not. Because, like, as much as it has been confirmed that he's coming out soon, he hasn't. And he's been in the game much longer than somebody like Skirk has. And Skirk is already out. So... I don't know. No, we can't give them that
Is
much
that-
time.
Dane and Neon-san discussing strategy together? Huh. Looks like they're getting along just fine. Morning! What are you guys talking about?
Ah, you're here. I have some good news to share with you. We just got word from the Scions of the Canopy. Their intelligence has reported that they've discovered the Abyss Order's headquarters in Natlan. After their front lines dissolved, the bulk of their forces fell back to that area. It's also where their central command is located. The location? The Cinder City.
Cinder City, huh? That
Butch
tracks.
cannot on.
Seems like their kind of place. Hey,
I think.
this is
I think that's what
great.
it, that's
This
should be
could
what
a
it's
chance
referring to.
Crush the Abyss Order once and for all.
That makes sense. The captain's there.
And with any luck, maybe we'll find your sister there too.
Yep, our army is almost ready, and we've sent a message to Mawika to let her know the plan. We can't really launch an operation this big without the okay from the Archon.
I beg to differ. This is wasting time. You have the intel you need, so act on it. Every second you delay only increases the Abyss Order's odds of
I've
survival.
already explained my reasoning, Mr. Dainsleif. I understand your concern, but an immediate strike is not on the cards for us.
Why don't us and Dane go in? Very well, then I will go there alone. Thank you for the
You're
intel.
gonna go on your own? Come on, be sensible. Just wait a tiny bit longer, and you'll have a whole army going with you.
It's all right. I support your decision, Mr. Dainsleif.
Huh? Shouldn't you be talking sense into him?
I admire his courage, and I believe he is strong enough to take on the Abyss Order on his own. And even if things don't go to plan, he just needs to bide his time until we arrive with reinforcements. Mr. Dainsleif, I wish you the very best of luck.
Thank you.
Looks like he's waiting for you to say something, Traveler.
All right, fine, I'm coming.
Oh, for a second there, Paimon actually thought he was gonna brave it alone. And then he called his own bluff.
I think I saw a meme about that earlier in the on the subreddit. Wow, that's funny though.
Nice.
Oh, special. Yeah, special instance. I really like these, like the wind bloom in Mondstadt, because I did it late.
Is
I think
this the place? The Abyss Order's hideout in Natlan?
all these years the Abyss Order has managed to either stay hidden or fiercely defend their position. This may be the first chance I've ever had to finally make a serious dent in their forces. Which reminds me, once the fighting starts, I can't promise I'll be able to have your back at a moment's notice. But if you run into any Abyss-powered mechanisms, feel free to leave them to me. I'll take care of them when I can.
It's been so long since we fought with Dane side by side. Paimon's confident we can clear this place out long before Eon-san arrives. And if you get to meet your sister again, even better. Let's go!
In this battle, Dainsleif will show you where the show you the might of the Twilight Sword. Summon him to clear out the obstructions to your path onward. The swordsmanship that Dainsleif has mastered as the Conrial and Court Guard captain allows him to easily see the weaknesses of an opposing elemental wards. His long war against the Abyss has made him highly cognizant of their weaknesses, allowing him to also destroy their void wards. Can I turn into him? No. That's dope, though. Oh my god. Oh, you can change your party. I don't need to do that. That's really cool. Sadly, you can't actually control him yet, but like just seeing him in the party is very cool. Sadly, this is gonna suck to get into the Hydro Shield, or the Cryo Shield. It's gonna be terrible. All it took was time, though, so that's fine. Cheap trick. Oh, I see. He can just immediately break these. That's cool. I did not know that he would like immediately break them. That's cool. Is that an Abyss Lecter? There we go.
This is a very different battle from the one we fought with.
The mining echoing song. Pinnacle of excellence. A little amuse bouche. Surprise baptism. Just say it, the answer. Extinguished.
Okay, when the Abyss Electors are in the Spiral Abyss, they're very easy. I'm so used to the Abyss variants that I
Time to shine. Boots on the loose. Fish fun. Archon.
another Cryo Mage. That kind of sucks.
Off to the freezer. Shower me with praise. Let mine choose.
Oh, an abyss arrow. Two abyss arrows.
Let the world collide! Fierce on the loose! The Archon protect!
Ah!
A little amuse-bouche!
Oh, he's dead. Oh, he can just immediately break shields? Okay.
Time to shine! Carry me! Yeah. Off to the breather! The
Just gonna
pinnacle
heal.
of excellence!
Because why not?
Surprise baptism!
There you go. Perfect. Ooh, boss, maybe? This is interesting. I like this. This quest has been so good.
Twilight Sword Dainsleif. Is this really what you want?
It is indeed. I will take every opportunity to hunt you down to the last man.
So, where's the Traveler's sister then? Or is this guy supposed to be in charge here?
So, this is a hunt to you. I must say I pity you, Dainsleif. The death you dole out so readily to others is a luxury you yourself cannot enjoy. But today, that is the least of your worries. Do you realize that all your years of pursuing us are being rendered utterly meaningless, even as we speak?
Your riddles tire me. The overwhelming advantage is ours, at least for the moment. You know what that means for you. I like to see what makes you believe you already won, or that you can still turn this tide of this
Allow
war.
me to be frank. As far as we are concerned, our princess has already won by other means. And I do not merely mean this battle. No. Her Highness has achieved something far greater. For today, the Abyss Order's greatest wish has finally been fulfilled.
The Abyss Order's greatest wish.
Our Highness quietly infiltrated the Night Kingdom to exploit that realm's past experience with ley line reconstruction, and then used the Loom of Fate to reweave the ley lines of Conria.
What? She used the Loom of Fate? Wait, does this mean the attack on the Masters of the Night Wind was all a smokescreen to give her some cover?
I knew it.
Oh no! This makes too much sense.
I knew it.
Correct. As of now, our homeland has been revived. And all of my comrades that you have slain, Dainsleif, they shall forget the struggles that have beset them these past 500 years, and begin their lives anew in a Conria restored to life.
What a load of drivel. Your falsehoods are riddled with flaws. May ears tire of your tedium. Isn't there more to reviving a homeland than just reweaving its
You still
ley
need a
lines?
few steps after that, such as finding a place to host the ley lines you just re-wove. Plus, if it was really so easy, Moika and the captain would have had a way easier time during the war.
I have one simple question. If Conria has indeed been revived, as you claim, then where is it?
Oh, you poor fools. Clinging to delusions, even after the truth has been plainly revealed to you. Think back on the past few days. Have you truly not noticed anything amiss since the start of the war?
Anything amiss? Are there signs of good amiss?
I sensed something strange in my dream. It was vague, but it seemed as if some noise had found its way into Natlan's ley lines.
They're trying to turn Natlan into Conria. They're trying to turn Natlan into Conria. or at least a portion of it, if not the entire nation. That's gotta be it. There's no other explanation.
Oh, what does that mean?
Hard to say. I don't think it had any tangible effect on the Night Kingdom or on our ley lines, but still, it's like a signal that exists on a different dimension of reality. It might not interfere with ours or pose any detectable risk, but I just get the sense that something strange is going on.
I also vaguely remember seeing Lumina in the Night Kingdom facing the Lord of Night. Wait, that's not all. There were other signs as well. I can't see monsters at the same time as Daredith. Oh, this is cool. I like this. The meditation of the Abyss Order's followers. The Abyss Order chose to retreat from the stronghold. Assuming he is right, then another possibility arises. Maybe I'm in a different time and space from Daredith. If she's Conrion, like Dane suspects, then that means this revived Conrion that he speaks. This quest has been really good. This quest has been really good. It has been really good. This revived Conrion that he speaks of might actually exist, and despite hailing from that separate time and space, Daredith has found a way to communicate with us. Whatever may be going through your mind right now, do not trust it. I urge you not to believe his lies. The notion that Conria has been revived is preposterous. Unless I see it with my own eyes, I refuse to entertain it. The is only one thing. Okay, they misspelled there, I assume. There is only one thing that should demand our attention in this instant, and that is silencing this man for good.
A little amuse-bouche!
Get him, Dane. Okay, I win.
That should be all of them, right? So, we've destroyed the Abyss Order's headquarters in Natlan, but somehow, that didn't feel satisfying at all. Are you still thinking about what that guy said? You look really worried.
Daredith is the only potential lead we have. I think we should at least talk to her about all this. I understand. You think she might be from the revived Conria, yes? I have said my piece. I doubt Conria could be revived so easily. But if it will give you some peace of mind, you should talk to her and test your theory. Yep. As usual. I will stay here and do some post-battle cleanup. Perhaps there are some clues left to be found. That's just like average skirt gameplay, to be completely honest. Oh, he's still alive. What? I thought your voice and attitude seemed a little familiar. My mistake. I should have made sure you were dead earlier. The curse of immortality has struck you too, then, Hayden.
500 years on, and you still refuse to address me as master. Don't forget, Dainsleif. You may be the renowned Twilight Sword, while my arm has grown too feeble to swing a blade. But I taught you everything you know about wielding a blade.
Ha, your arrogance and malice cost you all my respect long ago.
Be that as it may, under the circumstances, I see no further reason for us to fight. The curse of immortality means neither of us has a way to completely destroy the other.
Speak for yourself. I intend to kill you 100 times over.
Have you finally had enough? You weren't joking then, huh? Never, in all my worst nightmares, have I experienced anything close to the pain of 100 deaths. Surely, this There's no point taking out all your hatred on me alone.
That was just for your actions in the Abyss Order. If I took into account what you did in Conria, you'd soon find out how much darker your nightmares can become. Oh,
All right,
holy
I
aura.
believe you. Still, aren't you at least a little tired now? Why don't we sit down, perhaps? Chat a little. Hmm? What? Not a fan of reminiscing about old times? Well, I suppose you don't have many fond memories to look back on.
It's so funny that because he's this model, he has to go back. They put him back into this stance for no reason. Like, he does not need to be standing like this at the moment. I never thought you sided with the Abyss Order, Hayden. You could have easily blamed the princess for her betrayal.
Indeed. When the cataclysm first struck, everyone prayed for the Savior to deliver them. But she was nowhere to be found. Yes, we knew that the great abyssal power within her had been divided up. Yet we still despaired at her choice to leave us. Still, I believe that everything she's doing now, including her regret over what happened, comes from a genuine place in her heart. And besides, who else can we place our faith in? We are proud Conrians, are we not? I mean, we can hardly turn to the gods.
I suppose you have changed a lot over the past 500 years. Otherwise, I'd have never expected you to forgive her. Had you been so generous during your time at the Knight Academy as my instructor in the Black Serpent Blade Rig, I might not have come to loathe you so much.
Is that so?
All my good deeds were clearly in the spirit of the Academy's code of chivalry, yet I received corporal punishment for being restless and brash. And as much as it pains me to bring up his name, even my co-student Sertologi was prosecuted for following the spirit of knighthood. He even lost limbs over it. There's little point in discussing it now, of course, but all of this was your doing, wasn't it, Hayden? You wore a mask of benevolence as you viciously suppressed the next generation of knights, all to bolster your own position and reputation. What, too cowardly to admit it?
Oh, I'm sorry, Dainsleif. I would apologize to you for those actions, truly. But the fact is, I honestly can't remember them anymore. Look at me. Look at what has become of me. Only by the Abyss's grace have I managed to maintain this physical form. But as for the rest, memories, spirit, emotions, personality, they have long become eroded, fragmented beyond recognition. Even if mine was a past steeped in sin, or in shame I once longed to hide, I would wish to remember it. Without my history, I fear I will become another person entirely. I would like to apologize for any misdeeds that are mine. So please, tell me everything. Tell me about the Conria we once called a home.
No wonder your personality struck me as different. Memories are indeed a crucial part of a person's identity. So, the Conria we once called home. Ainsleif slowly closed his eyes. Countless memories of Conria flood into his mind. All the sights, memories, and feelings, everything etched into a heart and mind are okay, it's going too fast. Simply recalling everything seems to take a long, long
You
time.
seem to remember much. Could you tell me more about it? About our golden age?
I'm not interested. I have neither the time nor the sympathy.
Is that so? What a pity. But this will be quite sufficient, as long as the loom of fate heard what I could not.
The loom of fate. What have you done? Tell me.
I'm afraid I owe you yet another apology, Dainsleif. You were right. I lied to you earlier. Your wits are too sharp to be fooled by me. The homeland hasn't yet been revived. In fact, even the ley line weaving is not yet complete. Think of ley lines as the collection of memories concerning a given place. To reweave Conria's ley lines as they were 500 years ago, we would somehow need to retrieve almost all the memories of Conria from that age. The loom of fate cannot weave without an abundant supply of memories. And so, we relied on everyone in the Abyss Order to provide what they could. Even though fragments are all that remain in most cases, the more we all share, the more that can be restored.
So the Loom of Fate is running as we speak, and the so-called meditation your members have been performing. Its purpose was to supply the Loom with memories, wasn't it?
Indeed. We, a people in exile, stranded 500 years in the future, will weave our homeland anew and bring the nation of our dreams back into the real world. Ah, what a glorious undertaking. What a shame it had to take this long. After 500 years, most of our memories have faded, and a world woven from broken memories shall itself be broken.
Yeah, that is how Wanderer changed, I think, at least. He did. I think his memories are back now, though, right? Like, I think they came back during, like, after the rewind of time or whatever happened then. So I think he knows what happened, but he's still different, right? He's still Hat Guy. So that's where I'm supposed to come in. You look for assistance from your mortal enemy who has sworn to hunt you down.
Precisely. For you possess a ring left to you by your elder brother, which continuously resets your body's condition.
Actually, so that's why he doesn't look how the captain looks, because he has this ring.
Of course, your memories are susceptible to erosion just like ours. But of all Conrians who remain, you are sure to remember the most. We had to obtain the memories in your mind, whatever the price. Even if it meant sacrificing our entire army as bait.
So this was your true goal, to lure me here, guide me into a state of meditation, and access my memories. So be it. A few of my fading memories for your entire army, that strikes me as a fair trade. I appreciate your generosity. You're gambling everything you have on the Loom of Fate. This could be a costly mistake for you in the long run.
Perhaps. But that is the gamble our highness has chosen to make. And thanks to you, the Loom of Fate has now finished weaving the ley lines. New Conria is complete.
In true gotcha fashion, everything comes down to gambling. Let's go. Enough about your beloved leader. You said you would pay me any price for my memories, did you not? In that case, prepare to be slain another 100 times for your deception. I hope it was worth it. Symphony of a New World. This quest has been so good, though. Like, unironically, this is one of the better quests. Especially one of the better interlude quests. Like, the previous, I think the previous interlude quest, the one, or I don't know if it was an interlude. I think it was the previous one, but the one with, in Sumeru, after Sumeru,
Great. She's still
was
here.
also really good. With, that guy. When you get the picture. That was also good. This one's been really good, too. Oh my god, it's a cutscene. Meredith, are you okay? Did something happen? Holy shit! What the fuck? What is this? Could this be the Cataclysm? Is this where Daredith is right now? So she really is.
We're not from the same world, are we?
No, I come from your future.
Wait, but that's great. That means the world isn't going to end.
The Conrad
In
dies.
that case, tell me, what happens to Conria? What happens to my homeland? No, wait. Don't answer that. We can only fight for our future. If the future is unknown, I still believe the Savior can turn things around. I'll carry on looking for her, even if you're not there to protect me. Although, in a way, I've already found my Savior. It's you. You protected me, and I believe you can protect us all. You're the one who can change everything. It's just too bad that we're not from the same time or place. Oh, one last thing before I forget. I know how much you want to find your sister. Surely she must be desperate to find you too.
I don't know. She seems to be avoiding me.
So, is there anything you can give me as a memento? Proof that we met?
Give the key.
That way when I do find her, I can convince her that you're also searching for her.
A memento? Yeah, the key. Wait.
Huh? What is it?
That's because she's a special NPC for this quest specifically. Oh my god, she's the Hilichurl. Holy shit. Holy shit. Oh, you get to decide? Oh, what the fuck? I doubt you actually get to keep the key if you choose it. And I have to give it to her. If you keep the key, you get a bit more dialogue? Really? Okay. We're doing that then. I love lore. Oh yeah, then it breaks the loop, so you can't keep it. Yeah, you're forever stuck in the moment of choosing, so you have to give it to her, or else the loop is broken and this doesn't happen. So that's what happened. Issaroth, the ruler of time, must have had a hand in this. There's no other choice. There's no other way that this meeting could have taken place. Lumine. I only knew the ending. I've always been curious about the events that led to it. When the Cataclysm first began 500 years ago, I, as the Princess of Conria, was preparing to do my part, to fight back with all my might. But then this girl, Daredith, she found me. The irony was that even as she desperately begged me to save the world, she brought me news of you. I was stunned, and I was suspicious of her claim that you were searching for me. But then she showed me the key to your hibernation chamber, so she actually did it? We've been separated ever since I awakened in Tibet. I searched the whole planet and found no trace of you anywhere, and then she brought me that news at the worst possible moment. I was faced with an extremely difficult decision. I desperately wanted to see you again, but Conrail was in equally desperate need of my help. I knew that no matter what I chose, I'd regret my decision for the rest of my days. So I steeled myself against my decision and made my decision. I went to see you. And then, but when I found you, you were still in hibernation. Even the key to the chamber was still secure on your person. You're saying 3 keys existed in that moment. I couldn't make sense of what I was seeing, but there was no time to think. I just grabbed you and ran. That's where we are right now, an intersection in our memories. This question has haunted me for the past 500 years. I never imagined the answer would come to me like this. So my actions 500 years ago, 500 years in the future set everything in motion. Are you mocking me, Istaroth? Derrida succeeded in bringing us together, but unfortunately, it is versions of us 500 years apart. She hoped that the Savior would rescue Conriel, save the entire world, but instead, the news she brought led the Savior to make the complete opposite decision. Unlucky. How awful. Is that her fate? Is that how her story must end? Has Conriel really been revived? Not yet, but I've taken a very important step. Now the ley lines of Conriel are complete. I'd always thought that Tivat's ley lines were locked by the heavenly principles. No more can be added, and the existing ones cannot be replaced. But then I learned that Atlan's Night Kingdom appeared to be an exception to the rule. It has intrigued me ever since. So I directed the Abyss Order to feign an attack on Atlan, buying me some time to enter the Night Kingdom and negotiate with the Lord of the Night. Unfortunately, for other reasons, even the Night Kingdom cannot host any new ley lines. The most I could get was some room to carry out the weaving process. The Lord of the Night did say that even she can only reconstruct Atlan's ley lines. It's probably for the same reason. Still, I received the Lord of the Night's permission and activated the Loom of Fate, using an Intivat as the base. I was able to grow a realm based on the Conriel of 500 years ago, superimposing it over the present day's Natlan space-time. That superimposition is what allowed you and Derrida to cross paths. That's what I saw in my dream. She's not lying about that, at least. But what I don't understand is, why did the Lord of the Night agree to this? After that, the new Conriel was enriched with memories of the old, drawn from the Abyss Order's members in their meditation sessions. With those memories as raw materials and the superimposed realm as a template, the Loom of Fate finally finished its work. What I now hold in my hand is the Atlas of the New World. This is the product of the Loom of Fate, holding within it the entire network of new Conriel's ley lines. With this, the nation once known as Conriel can rise again. One day, I will find a suitable host location for it. Why is reviving Conriel so important to you? Is it really just because of guilt? When I first arrived in Conriel 500 years ago, my memory was completely blank. It was only after I had served as the princess for many years that I slowly began to remember everything, including you. What? Your memories were erased? But recovering old memories didn't simply ease the part of my life I spent in Conriel. I still see it as my second home. That's why my guilt weighs so heavily on me. But even so, that only constitutes part of my motive. More importantly, if I wish to speak with the heavenly principles as an equal, I will need the might of an entire world behind me. I know you always wanted to change fate. We both do, but this time I won't let you succeed. I cannot miss this chance to reunite with you 500 years in the past, no matter what. I don't know why, but the way you're talking, it just doesn't sound like you at all. Lumine, this whole thing, your plan, what does it have to do with us? It's so terrible that these aren't voiced all along. It's only ever been about us. Goodbye, Aether. We will begin anew at the end of your journey. Oh my god, this quest is so good. Oh my god.
Our hero is back. Everyone's been waiting for you. The Abyss Order made a full retreat before our forces even arrived on the scene. All thanks to your efforts, no doubt. Oh, and Mr. Dainsliff's, of course. What's wrong? You look upset.
Paimon doesn't know the details either. The traveler just disappeared after taking Deirdre's hand. It was like they got sucked into another world. Paimon was looking all over for him, and then he suddenly reappeared, right back in the same spot, but looking a lot more glum.
It's fine. I need time. I need some time to take everything in.
I think I got the gist of what happened. Something to do with your sister? I spoke with the Lord of the Night in a dream just now, and learned quite a lot.
Huh? You met your sister?
I did.
And you didn't think to tell Paimon right away? Well, oh, never mind. Paimon can see that you're pretty down right now. But let's go over everything later, alright?
What your sister accomplished? It all but defies comprehension. I was stunned when I heard about it too. But what surprised me the most was that the Lord of the Night actually chose to allow it.
I would never have respected that.
The Lord of the Night did try to explain it to me, but in a word, it's complicated. During the war with the Abyss, Malwika had an argument with the captain. Malwika believed that we should fight to protect our culture and memories, while the captain believed the preservation of the ley lines should come before all else. So, the Lord of the Night was very intrigued when presented with the Loom of Fate, and informed of its ability to weave ley lines. She saw your sister's actions as a potential third option, namely to preserve an entire nation in the form of an atlas.
Preserve a nation? You've definitely lost me now.
You're not the only one. Paimon's got no idea what's going on either.
With that in mind, the Lord of the Night gave the go-ahead once she was satisfied that the Loom of Fate wouldn't have any real effect on Natlan. However, I believe she imposed an additional condition of her own.
An additional condition? Did she ask for something in return?
No idea. She wouldn't tell me what it was.
Huh.
Alright, well, let's not overthink this for now. We just won a war! Time for a well-earned drink to celebrate. I trust the Lord of the Night unreservedly. I'm sure she only involved herself to take a problem off our hands, so it's one less thing for us to worry about. Don't you agree, Traveler?
You've got a point. I still feel like a mess though.
Come on, let's head back to the Collective of Plenty. Oh, Varessa should be there too. We'll treat you to a real feast.
I'm sorry, but there's somewhere else I want to go first.
Huh?
Ian-san, leave him be. This might be hard to understand for an extrovert like you, but some people need alone time to recharge every once in a while.
Traveler?
Return to the cave. Yeah. So that Hilichurl we first saw at the beginning of the quest was Daradith. That is really cool. That's a really cool way to go in a complete circle. I love that. Oh my god. Maybe that's why it left its club behind too. So Daradith would have something to hit us with. I hope it's nighttime all of a sudden. Before you know it, you've fallen asleep drowning in a myriad of thoughts. You faintly sense what feels like someone clasping your hand. But this time it sends you into a deep sleep where sweet dreams await. And that's it. That was such a good quest. Oh my god, that quest was so good. That was so good. That's probably one of the best interlude quests out there. That was great. Nice. And I finally freaking did it on time. Now I have the ability to do this whenever I want, which is good. Well, I had the ability beforehand, but I didn't know if it intercepted with the quest at all, so I didn't want to do it. That quest was so good. That was so intriguing. Like, I was suspicious. I was basically hooked from the start. Meredith was so suspicious to me. And then Dainsleif's conversation with Hayden was amazing. It was really good. And then, you know, that final cutscene was awesome. That was just a really amazing quest. It sucks that, like, Dainsleif wasn't voice acted and neither of the twins are voice acted when they're together, which kind of sucks because they have to both record the lines anyway, so why not use them? I don't know. It just kind of sucks. That was so good, though. That was so good. I also really like how it comes full circle and that Hilichurl at the beginning is Meredith. And you realize that because that's how the key got there. So by you finding the key, it triggers all the rest of the events. And then you eventually have to give the key up. It's great. I don't know. The story seems to be going in a very good direction. I am loving where this story is going. It has been so good recently. I really like Natlan's story too. So, you know. Yeah, that was crazy. Like, obviously we know that the Hilichurls are past Conrians, but I like it that they didn't outright tell you. Like, they just showed the Hilichurl and you could make the connections yourself. Like, that part, that was amazing. I always forget that Hilichurls are past Conrians because they're Hilichurls. They're the basic enemies of Genshin Impact. So I never remember the fact that they're actually people. I liked the Natlan quest. Call me crazy, but I actually really liked it. I quite enjoyed it. I thought it was good. I liked that the war was actually a threat. Like, the prophecy of Brontaine wasn't ever really a threat. It kind of happened. Like, the flood happened, and then the flood went away in the same cutscene. So, whatever. I enjoyed it. I thought the Natlan quest was good. So, yeah. That was a good quest too, so it's fine. I pretty much enjoy it. I think the weakest Archon quest to me is Inazuma. Inazuma's Archon quest is just such a tone shift from Leeway and Mondstadt that I just think it's my least favorite. It's not bad, but it's still my least favorite. But, yeah, I enjoyed that Natlan quest. So. Yeah. That was so good though. Yeah. Yeah, no, it was still predictable, but I still thought it was like it was pretty obviously how it was predictable how it would go, but I liked the captain was an amazing character. I liked the very end where I liked the very end in Ochkanatlan with the captain confronting the death itself. I thought that was really cool. And I like all the Natlan characters. Like, there's not one Natlan character that I despise like I have in other nations, so it's fine. I really liked it. So I thought it was pretty obvious that it was going to be like power of friendship bullshit, but like I still think it was an enjoyable quest line, right? I thought it fit Natlan as a nation, right? I liked it. So but now I'm really curious where this goes, right? Like, what's the next Archon quest going to be? Because it's not Snezhnaya 100%. So I'm very curious to see what's going to happen. And the actual stakes, I feel like we're getting to a turning point in the story. Yeah. I feel like the captain should have totally stuck to his guns a little bit more. And the whole Auroron bit, when Auroron was sided with the Fatui, in air quotes, was kind of meh. I don't know. I didn't like Auroron at first because of that, but I like him now, so. But the captain was so good. I still like really like the captain. I think it sucks that they're not gonna make him a playable character, maybe because of the story, but I still think it's good. I think that that's a good thing because I mean, if you look at Fontaine's story quest, you do 0 flighting in the first like 3 arcs, and that kind of sucks. Like they really need to get the balance of. I'm excited for that. That sounds cool. I do think that kind of. I think they should keep it up until they finish Snezhnaya, because I feel like at this point you're 6 nations through out of 7, so you might as well have 7 keep to the formula, and then after that, or like also weave in non-specific quests. I think that would work better. Like I would like Snezhnaya to keep to the formula of the previous nations because it's the last one. Like I don't see a reason to change it now. Like if they had changed this for Sumeru, I'd be like, yeah, that makes sense. Like after 3 nations, they want to change how they do storytelling. But at this point, we're 6 out of 7 in. Like you might as well keep it going for a little bit longer. Because I hope because I feel like if they change it too much, Snezhnaya is not gonna be as good. You know, there has to be a quest specifically to Snezhnaya. Like there has to be. Snezhnaya is what we have been building towards this entire time, and there's a reason it's going to be the final nation because it's arguably the most important, right? Yeah, we'll have to see. I really hope Snezhnaya is good. Obviously, no matter what happens, I have inklings. Yeah, I think the storytelling has gotten way better. The storytelling in this game has gotten so good. Yeah, so I'm excited for what the future holds because, you know. Goodbye. I'm excited for what the future holds because, you know, I like this game. We'll just have to see. Oh, Stygian Onslaught? I did. It's fun. I like it. I don't think it's a bad mode, but my one complaint with it is that because you don't start with energy, I think it's just less fun to not start with energy. I think it's just less enjoyable to play it. And the current bosses are terrible. They're just not fun. Like all 3 of them together are just kind of not fun. Like I don't hate the Hydrotopal. I think he's fine. And I don't hate the robot guy because I also think that boss is fine. But yeah, it is. Snezhnaya is going to be crazy. I am super excited to go to Snezhnaya. My thoughts on Snezhnaya is that I think the Archon of Snezhnaya is either going to outright hate our guts and we're going to have a bit of a problem actually being there. Like, I feel like that's the most likely case, but I also have the suspicion that the Snezhnayan Archon is more like a puppet. It isn't actually the one in control of Snezhnaya. That's my game theory, is that the Snezhnayan Archon doesn't actually want anything, you know, doesn't want to do anything evil, but the Fatui are the ones in control. And she can't do anything about it for some reason or another. I don't know. I think it'd be fine. Yeah. But it is crazy to think that Snezhnaya is pretty damn soon. It's gonna be probably really good. I hope it's gonna be really good, obviously. And yeah, and I think it'd be easier for them to market an Archon if the Archon is on your side, like every other Archon. So I think it'd be a little strange for the last Archon to be evil and then them still tell. I don't know. I think there's a chance that they're not actually evil or whatever, right? But we'll just have to see. Snezhnaya is going to be really good. I hope the Fatui forces that we that we've seen throughout the game come back, like Arlecchino and Child and everything. I hope that they come back and make a big appearance, like Linny, Lynette, all those. that House of the Hearth and everybody. Like, I hope those make a big appearance because it is the culmination, right? And then honestly, I think after Snezhnaya, this game is going to either go the like different planet route, which I don't think I'd like, to be completely honest. I don't think I'd like it if this game went to different planets, or it's gonna go some weird other route, right? I don't know. We'll have to see. But it does seem like we're getting to a turning point in the story, which is good because there hasn't been one for the past 5 years. Yeah, I wouldn't like it if they did the exact same thing in Farina, obviously, but Farina I went from despising Farina in the first couple Archon quests just because she was so obnoxious, into her being my second favorite Archon in the entire game and my third favorite character. So I think there's obviously they're really good at writing characters, so hopefully they, you know, write some good ones. When does the Abyss reset? It's gonna be a while, right? Oop. Yeah, 20 days still. Great. It sucks. I guess I still need to do theater, but I don't want to do theater. Oh yeah, the new month is in a couple of days, so we get free stuff. Well, not free, but we get this stuff back. That's good. Well, I guess that's I think that's where I'm gonna end this stream because the quest is done. That's the only reason I was streaming, to do the quest. It was good. Of course, I liked it. Obviously. Yeah, it was good. Anyway, us new videos the next Monday, of course. It's gonna be the Stygian Onslaught. I recorded it when it first came out, so it'll be then. So, yeah, I have stuff to edit it though. Anyway, that's it. Thanks for coming. It was fun. Freaking gabagool, I guess.